I'll detail, last week was Teacher Appreciation Week, so I want to extend the board's appreciation for all, not just our group of retirees have done over the years, but our staff. You're much appreciated, and we're thankful for everything you do. So with that, let's stand for a moment of silence and then the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, Jill, will you take the roll, please?
Ms. Daughtery. Mr. Fox.
Here.
Ms. Guilford. Here. Mr. Hoffman.
Here.
Ms. Metzler. Here. Mr. Norris.
Here.
Ms. Peck. Here. Mr. Rossi.
Here.
Mr. Trotty.
Here.
8 present, 1 absent.
Thank you. This time we open this up for visitors' comments for anything on the agenda, for agenda items only. Not seeing any. We'll move on to the presentations this evening.
Okay, good evening, everybody. We're going to start today by recognizing our soon-to-be retirees here at Octorara. I'm going to open with a few words, and we're going to turn it over to some of our folks to introduce and to recognize each of our retirees from each of our buildings. So together tonight, we gather to celebrate a truly special group of individuals whose dedication, service, and impact have helped shape our school district and the lives of countless students, families, and colleagues. Collectively, this year's group represents an extraordinary 345 years of service to Octorara. Pretty incredible. That number is remarkable on its own, but what truly represents is much more than time. It reflects early mornings, late evenings, school events, difficult decisions, meaningful relationships, and an unwavering commitment to supporting children and our school community. Each retiree being honored this evening has left a lasting mark on our schools. Whether in classrooms, offices, cafeterias, transportation, maintenance, student services, or leadership roles, their work has contributed to the success and the well-being of our students and staff in ways both visible and behind the scenes. Retirement is both a celebration of a career well spent and the beginning of a new chapter. Tonight we pause to recognize these individuals for their service, their professionalism, and the countless ways they have strengthened our district over the years. Before we begin recognizing our retirees individually, I would also like to acknowledge that 4 honorees today were not able to make it. Sherry Filoramo, Monica Barlow, Joe Coyle, and Krista Leese were unable to join us this evening. While they could not be here in person, we want to extend our sincere gratitude and recognition for their years of service and thank them for all they have contributed to our school community. With that said, I'd like to start by welcoming Elena Tahal, who's going to start us off by honoring our friends from the PLC and OIS.
Good evening, everyone. It is my extreme honor, and it is with great pleasure that I honor these next 4 retirees. I've had the pleasure of working with all 4 of these amazing educators throughout my entire career here at Octorara, and they have truly impacted thousands upon thousands of student lives. Our first retiree that I would like to recognize is Mrs. Diane Lebrano. She has been a kindergarten teacher at the Primary Learning Center for 28 years. And I don't know if any of you have ever been in a kindergarten class, but wow. When I was curriculum director, I would tell the kindergarten teachers, you are my heroes, because there was no way that I could have ever done what they do. The amount of energy and then the amount of growth that they see because of their efforts with their students is just incredible. And Diane Lebrano was exceptional at this. She was a leader, is a leader in the kindergarten team, and she has positively impacted the Primary Learning Center and its faculty for many, many years. And I really want to wish her all of the best in her retirement and thank her for building the foundation for success for so many students across her 28 years at Octorara. Congratulations, Diane. Next up, it's my honor to recognize Miss Nina Twaits. 30 years at Octorara, 30 years impacting the literacy of our students across all grade levels. Ms. Twaits finishes her career as the district librarian and also a teacher of laboratory at the PLC. She has seen a lot of changes in the district. She has been a building librarian at the PLC. She's been a building librarian for the elementary. She's been a building librarian for the high school. She's been a building librarian for the secondary. She's been the district librarian. And she has had the unique opportunity to foster a love of reading, a love of literacy, a love of learning and knowledge that spans countless families in our district. And she has also impacted our students through her work in all of our musicals by assistant directing and creating costumes that were remarkable and working with kids to really bring forth their best performances in some of our most memorable musicals here in the district. So it was my great pleasure to recognize Miss Nina Twaits and wish her all the best in her retirement. Retiring from the Octorara Intermediate School is Mrs. Maureen Byerly. Maureen has spent 21 years at Octorara, and while I have only had the pleasure of working with her as a building principal for 3.5 years, it has been an honor. I can't really define third grade at Octorara without Maureen Byerly. She has worked tirelessly and lovingly in multiple third grade classrooms, on the playground, during lunch in the cafeteria, most recently helping to walk students over for our chorus concert rehearsal. And she has made such a big difference in so many of our students' lives and also our teachers' lives. I had teachers when I was doing the schedule this year who were fighting over her. Can she be in my classroom? Can she be in my classroom? So I had to kind of flip a coin. But, but she has made a tremendous impact on the success of our students and our community here at Octorara. She's also been an Octorara parent and saw her own kids through Octorara while being very involved. So Maureen, I thank you for your service and I wish you all the best on your retirement. And last but certainly not least is Mrs. Robin McKenna. I think Robin and I may be able to go toe-to-toe for most buildings worked in at Octorara. She has filled in as a secretary in the middle school, in the high school. She's worked at the PLC, and most extensively she has worked at the elementary school and now intermediate school as a classroom assistant, instructional assistant, up until last year when she expressed some interest and decided to move into the library. I was thrilled to have her move into that role. I had no idea I always knew she would do a great job. I had no idea what a gift she would be to the library at the elementary school and now the library at the intermediate school. Robin has continually gone above and beyond and given our kids an experience in the library that far surpasses book exchange. They have learned about authors. They have been able to collaborate around bulletin board themes and create things for that. She's worked with a group of fifth graders on a service learning project to help raise money for childhood cancer. She's done that 2 years in a row. She's also impacted student lives through her work as a Girl Scout leader, and many of our students know her from that as well. She has impacted so many student lives and so many people in our Octorara community. I wish her all the best in retirement, and I thank her so much for her contributions.
All right, good evening, everyone. Thank you for hosting this event. Very nice. Very nice recognition tonight. Tonight, I have two folks to recognize, and the first I'd like to recognize is someone that has given 28 years to the school community. That's Pat Ford. Pat began her career in 1998. Now, to give you some context, that was the same year that Google was launched. Which means while the world was figuring out how to search for answers, we had already found ours. Because for 28 years, if you needed help, guidance, support, or just someone who knew exactly what to do, you didn't need to Google it. You just asked Pat. And chances are she already anticipated your question even before you asked it. Pat has been the go-to person for teachers and students across this building. The kind of person who doesn't just ask, doesn't just help when asked, but steps in before you even realize that you need it. And her impact with students has been just as powerful. Pat has built close, meaningful relationships with students over the years. Relationships rooted in care, consistency, and trust. She has that rare ability to make every student feel seen, supported, and understood, while also somehow keeping everything running smoothly around her. Now, I do want to take a moment to recognize one of Pat's most impressive accomplishments, breakfast supervision. Pat runs breakfast supervision all by herself. Even though she's not the only adult in the building, technically, or in the cafeteria at that time, there are other adults there, but Pat's in charge. If breakfast supervision were a sport, Pat would literally have a championship banner hanging in the cafeteria. Then, of course, there are the moments that truly define a legacy. Recently, Pat dressed up as Michael Jackson from Smooth Criminal. Now, you shouldn't have showed people that, right? These are things you keep to yourself. To see the recent Michael Jackson movie. And she didn't just dress the part, she was completely committed. There was also that time that she performed as part of the boy band In Sync, bringing the house down with Bye Bye Bye, which, Pat, I have to say, is probably the most appropriate retirement song that we've ever had. Then there's the rum cake. Now, Pat's rum cake has reached a level of fame that I would describe as legendary. There are people in this building who may not actually know their schedule, but they know that when the rum cake is coming. It's the kind of dessert that builds community, boosts morale, and quite possibly deserves its own line in the school improvement plan. But beyond all the laughs, the performances, and legendary baked goods, what stands out the most about Pat is who she is as a person. Pat is deeply committed to her family. She speaks about them with pride, with love, and with that unmistakable joy that tells you just how much they mean to her. And while we've been incredibly fortunate to share her time and talents for 28 years, there's no doubt that this next chapter is one that her family has more than earned. So Pat, as you head into retirement, we hope your days are filled with more time with your family, plenty of opportunities to bake that famous rum cake, and absolutely no breakfast duty. Although, I do suspect that wherever you go, you may still end up running things. Just a little bit. So on behalf of all of us, your colleagues, your students, and the entire school community, thank you. Thank you for your dedication, thank you for your heart, and thank you for 28 incredible years. Congratulations, Pat, and bye-bye-bye until a well-deserved retirement. Chapter? All right, tonight we also gather to celebrate a truly remarkable milestone, 25 years of service from a man who is not just a teacher, not just a colleague, but quite honestly, an Octorara institution. Dave Hefner began his career in 2001. Now, to put that in perspective, in 2001, the euro had just been launched, the currency. George W. Bush had just been inaugurated. Barry Bonds was, naturally busy hitting 73 home runs. And our students today, well, they weren't even close to being born yet. And somehow, through all of that change, Dave remained a constant. Now, when I first arrived here last year, people didn't say, you should meet the staff, or, you need to learn the building. No, they said, you need to talk to Dave Hefner. And they were right. Dave gave me advice, insight, and probably just a few general warnings, all delivered in that calm, steady way that makes you feel like everything is going to be just fine. He's been that person for a lot of us here at Octorara. And of course, for our students and families, Dave's a legend. Back to school night here isn't just an event, it's basically a pilgrimage to Room Hefner. Parents map out their night like, okay, math, science. Wait, where's Hefner's room? We can't miss Hefner. I'm pretty sure if we charged admission, we could fund the entire district, Dave. And then there are his passions outside of the classroom, surfing and fishing and construction. Now, I've spent some time thinking about this, and honestly, it does make perfect sense, because teaching middle school social studies requires the patience of a fisherman and the balance of a surfer riding a wave of 8th graders on a Friday afternoon. Dave has mastered both. He knows when to ride the wave and when to just throw the line out and wait. And through it all, he has constructed relationships, inspired students, and made an impact that will last far beyond these walls. Dave, your career began at a time of major moments in history, including the events of 9/11. You spent the last 25 years helping students understand the world around them. That's not just teaching, that's shaping perspective and shaping people. And that matters. So Dave, as you head into retirement, I hope your days are filled with perfect waves, plenty of fish, and absolutely no lesson plans. Although I do imagine somewhere at some point, you'll still find yourself explaining something historical to someone, because once a teacher, always a teacher. On behalf of all of us, your colleagues, your students, your families, and the entire community, thank you. Thank you for your dedication, thank you for your wisdom, and thank you for being the kind of educator that people remember. And most of all, thank you for being Dave Hefner. Congratulations, and enjoy every minute of your retirement. All right, thank you. Next up, Dr. Purple.
Making comments already? Good evening, everyone. I have the pleasure of speaking to 4 retirees this evening. And actually, just a side note, I know every single person on this list for having been here either as a parent or have worked with them in a building. So just congratulations to every single individual that is being recognized tonight. But Tonight, my task is to start with an educator whose connection to Octorara runs especially deep. Stacy Graham is not only a longtime business teacher at Octorara High School, she is also an Octorara graduate herself. Since returning to serve this community on August 26, 2002, she has dedicated her career to helping students prepare for success beyond high school. In Stacy's classroom, students learned practical life and career skills, but they also learned professionalism, responsibility, and confidence. She consistently pushed students to believe in themselves and helped many discover paths they may have never considered otherwise. Stacy has always been someone willing to advocate for students and speak up when she believed improvements could be made. Her colleagues appreciated her honesty, her thoughtful suggestions, and her willingness to help make Octorara better for both students and staff. And of course, anyone who knows Stacy knows there is one thing almost as recognizable as she is, her beloved Volkswagen Bug. Much like Stacy herself, it is unique, dependable, and full of personality. Beyond her career, Stacy's pride in her family has always been evident. She has raised an incredible group of successful children, and now grandchildren, I might add, and the same care and support she gave her own family was reflected in the way she worked with students every day. Tonight, we thank Stacy Graham for her dedication, advocacy, and commitment to Octorara High School. Congratulations on your retirement, and thank you for giving so much back to the community that helped shape you. Next, we celebrate someone who brought positivity, compassion, and encouragement in Octorara High School every single day. Since joining Octorara on August 25th, 2004, Kim Hofer has made an incredible impact on students, staff, and the overall culture of our building. Kim understood that physical education was much more than physical activity. She created an environment where students felt comfortable, included, and supported. Whether students entered her class full of confidence or filled with anxiety, Kim had a way of making everyone feel welcome and valued. Her warmth and patience helped students feel safe to be themselves, and those are the kinds of educators students remember long after graduation. Outside the classroom, Kim's love for athletics has always been evident. Her passion for field hockey in particular extended far beyond Octorara through her years serving as a PIAA official. That dedication reflects her professionalism, her love of competition, and her commitment to students and athletics. Kim's impact cannot simply be measured in years of service, but in the relationships she's built and the countless students she's encouraged along the way. Tonight, we thank Kim Hofer for over 20 years of dedication, kindness, and service to Octorara High School. Congratulations on your retirement, and thank you for making our school a better place. Next, someone that taught right next to her. Tonight, we recognize a teacher, coach, mentor, and true Octorara fixture whose impact on this school community has stretched across nearly 3 decades. Since first joining Octorara on August 29th, 1996, Ken Lewis has been a constant presence in the lives of our students. For generations of students, PE with Mr. Lewis meant more than games and exercise. It meant laughter, energy, competition, encouragement, and learning how to work together as a team. Ken had a unique ability to connect with students from all walks of life and make them feel like they belonged. He challenged students while also making them feel supported and respected. Beyond the classroom, Ken dedicated countless hours coaching students and helping shape young people through athletics. He believed deeply in commitment, accountability, and school pride, and those values showed in everything he did. And anyone who knows Ken also knows 2 things. He is a die-hard Pittsburgh Steelers fan. And despite my loyalty to the Ravens, we somehow managed to coexist professionally over the years. More importantly, Ken's loyalty to Octorara runs just as deep as his loyalty to Pittsburgh football. Octorara has also been a family commitment for Ken, as he and his wife Robin have both dedicated their careers to serving students in this district. Tonight, we thank Ken Lewis for nearly 30 years of dedication, coaching, mentorship, and service to Octorara High School. Congratulations on your retirement, and thank you for the tremendous impact that you've had on our community. And last, but certainly not least, a woman who I just refer to as Sweet Miss Betty. She doesn't know that, but that's what I refer to it as. We want to recognize someone whose kindness, compassion, and quiet dedication made a meaningful difference in the lives of students at our school. Since joining Octorara in 2021, Betty Thomas quickly became someone students and staff could count on every single day. Betty first supported students through the Octorara Virtual Academy PM program during a time when students needed patience, flexibility, and encouragement more than ever. More recently, she has worked closely supporting students with autism, where her calm demeanor, empathy, and caring approach have had a tremendous impact. What makes Betty's connection to Octorara even more special is that this district has been a part of her family for generations. Her children attended Octorara schools, her grandchildren now attended Octorara, and many also know her as the cousin of fellow retiree, our very own Miss Pat Ford. Betty approached her work with humility and compassion, always willing to help wherever she was needed, and always putting students first. The role of an instructional assistant is often one of the most important and least recognized positions in a school, and Betty exemplified exactly why those roles matter so much. Though her time as an employee may have been shorter than some, her impact on students and staff was deeply felt. So tonight, we thank Betty Thomas for her dedication, her care, and her service to Octorara High School. I want to congratulate her on her retirement, and thanks for the difference that you made in the lives of our students. I'll now introduce Dr. Chris Schultz.
Good evening. Tonight we celebrate a true pillar of our district. In her over 20 years, Dr. Elena Tahal has served as a reading specialist, assistant principal, director of curriculum, I think that's it, and then, in a move that speaks to her heart, returning to the building to lead OES and OIS, the newly reformed OIS. Regardless of the title, Dr. Tahal has always been the person who reminds us of why we're here. It's for the students. If you want to know who Dr. Tahal is under pressure, you only need to look back to the spring of 2020. While the world was shutting down, we were scrambling to figure out how to keep our kids connected. I remember working alongside her as we built Braves Engage, seeing the flicker of excitement and creativity as we built that program. It was chaotic, uncertain at times, but Dr. Howe was the steady hand. She didn't focus necessarily on the logistics. She focused on the semblance of education and the sense of belonging our students desperately needed. She has a unique gift of pulling the team together in the middle of a storm, silencing the noise, and solving the problem with grace. Braves Engage wasn't just a program, it was a reflection of her refusal to let a single student fall through the cracks. For the last 7 years that I have been here, Dr. Tahal has been our foundational piece. Through multiple administration changes, shifting priorities, changes at the state level, she has been the keeper of our story. She's the one who can tell us exactly how we got here, not to keep us in the past, but to ensure that we're always improving. She is a rare leader who possesses both institutional wisdom and a restless desire to do better. Her willingness to help her colleagues is exemplary. She doesn't just offer advice, she rolls up her sleeves and gets in the trenches with you. Dr. Tahal, you have left an incredible mark on our district. You've been our historian, our problem solver, and our lead learner. You are retiring from the role, but your legacy lives on in the thousands of students who are better off because you were here and you were in their corner, whether they knew you or not. Thank you for your service, your wisdom, and your friendship. We wish you the very best in retirement.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. We're hoping you could get a group picture with all the retirees somewhere, Jill, real quick. Out in the hallway. Yep, yep. Give me a couple seconds. Yep. Thank you.
Yeah, I think so too.
Huh? We gotta wait till Jill gets back.
Sure.
Right? John, while we're waiting on that, if you want to get started with the futures thing?
Good evening once again. I just wanted to take a moment before I turn the presentation over to my colleague here on the left. One of our employees shared with me this program. I'll call it a program. It's much more than that, and I'm going to allow Ms. Katie Duffus to talk a little bit about Chester County Futures, but it seemed too good to be true when I was first told about it. But as you'll see, it's a unique opportunity for our students at Octorara High School, where, and again, she'll speak to this, but talks about the support, the mentoring and scholarships possibly that students can earn through this program as we got our youth to the next phase of their life. And Chester County Futures is pretty exciting for us. One, for the board, will really appreciate that is no cost to the district, which is always the best programs in some cases too. But I'll let her speak to this and tell you what it is so you get an understanding. It is something we're going to move forward with. We just wanted to share with the board what the program is and how it can benefit our students at Octorara High School. She already partners with a number of schools in Chester County. And again, I'll speak to that. So, Ms. Katie.
Thank you. Thank you for having me tonight. So I am the Executive Director of Chester County Futures. We are celebrating our 30th year this year. And we right now are in Oxford, Kennett, Coatesville, and Phoenixville School District. And there's been many a times I've been in the community at events, and when people ask me what school I'm in, they ask me if I'm at Octorara. So I think this is a great opportunity that we've been connected, because I can say in my 3 years, I think I've been asked that question about 5 different times if we're in this school district. And what an impressive celebration for the teachers tonight. But our program and organization, what we do is help with 9th through 12th grade with post-secondary success planning. Our students are motivated students that want to go to college. We're a college-going organization, culture. But some of our students really don't know that process. About 80% of our students tend to be first generation. Doesn't mean you have to be first generation to be a part of the program, but it is students who really want to make it work. Our passport program is designed for 9th through 12th. We come into the school once a week and work with the students after school for about an hour. We help with, in 9th and 10th grade, we help with a lot of the soft skills, being a student, advocating for yourself. It's really to support the counselors at the school and what they're working so hard with so many students. We give a little more support in the classroom. We also do career exploration. It's not saying you're going to graduate in 12th grade and know exactly what you're going to do, but sometimes it's helpful to know what you really don't want to do in order to explore what you want to do. So we bring in presenters in the classroom. They're our corporate partners. They might be donors to the organization, but they'll come in, they'll talk to the students about their career paths, talk about what they had to do to get to where they are. And then we also do Steps for Success, which is our college program. Our college program is pretty unique because what we do is not only want to get the students to college, but we monitor them through the college process. We do mentor calls with them in the fall and the spring. That call can look a lot like sometimes parents have. How are you doing? Do you know your advisor? Does your advisor know you? Sometimes students want to switch majors, don't know how, so we provide that support. We also provide scholarships. Right now, we are trending up to $500 a semester for the students if they have a 2.0 or higher GPA and taking a full, being a full-time student in college. Let me see if I can get this to the next one. There we go. So I kind of explained a little bit of how we do it coming into the classroom. We do have a curriculum. Our director of community engagement, Mary Williams, she does all the student programming. We also do trips for the kids. This was kind of left, you know, all of us didn't have a lot of trips during COVID, so that it's been the one thing that the students have really wanted to do. So we do a career expo and a college expo, and we take the students usually on a college campus. This fall, we're going to Villanova. Villanova will host us. They'll have lunch, they'll get a tour, and then they'll also have about 30 to 40 colleges that they can speak to with the representatives. What we find in a smaller environment where our students really get the one-on-one talking to the reps, being able to learn more about the colleges. And then we'll do our career fair, which we're working on in the spring. We bring our corporate partners in the room. They get to talk to the corporate partners about career paths. So our curriculum, as I said, we have Career Expo, College Expo, the corporate site visits. We're planning right now to go to a construction company that will actually host the students on site in the fall, and they get to see the whole workings of being on site. And some students will go and they'll say, like last year we went to Globus Medical, which is a really big medical company, and some students will say, well, I don't want to do medical. But what we try to teach them is companies have HR, companies have marketing, show them all the different routes, and then they end up leaving saying, wow, that's pretty impressive. We also have a mentoring portion of the program for our high school students. It is, the parents are involved in that process if they want to mentor. Our staff go all through all the clearances. Our mentors go all through all the clearances. If we have a classroom presenter come in, they go through all the clearances. Anything that's needed from the school district, we'll make sure we follow for anyone to be into the school. We also started mentoring for our college students. Anyone that maybe missed, didn't have a mentor in high school, and now they're in college. Most of the times it's our junior or our students in college that are going to be graduating, and now they're starting to get a little angst about the application process, the jobs, the connection, and we help with that, teaching them how to present themselves and how to make connections. We also, a big one is financial literacy. We have banks that will come in. Our students are really interested in this in the high school level. We show them how they could possibly afford colleges, how they can, what the difference between a loan is, what the difference between FAFSA. We also help walk the student through the FAFSA process, which can, if anyone here has children in college, can be kind of daunting. And if you do have a parent that really hasn't, I went through college, but I have to tell you, when I did it, it was pretty daunting myself. So it just gives that extra support for the students to be able to have that help. We also help them with their packages when they come in. A lot of students, they think, you know, I'm not going to be able to go to college. Affordability is, you know, that main piece. But once we show them to apply to at least 3 or 4 colleges, they start to see the packages that come back, how to read them, and then understand they actually might have more options than they thought. So to date, we've served over 1,500 students throughout our program. 90% of them have gone on to college. 80% of our students are about first generation. And we have given over $2 million in scholarships in the 30 years. The other unique thing that we have is the RIG scholarship. We have a personal donor that went to Elizabethtown College. He is very dedicated to the college and the Momentum program, which is for first generation students. He was the largest living donor to the college, and they have created a fund called the RIG Scholarship. The scholarship started out awarding it to someone who participates in Chester County Futures. They have to apply to the college, and then after that, they apply, once they apply for the scholarship. It's a 4-year full ride scholarship. We now currently have 2 students that were awarded last year and 2 students that were awarded the year before, and this current year, we have 2 students that are awarded. So it's a really great opportunity and really changing the lives of the students that we have there currently. Some things that we are working on currently is our workforce preparation. That's for our college students going into the workforce, really helping them navigate that, the online working from home, the going into the office. There's a lot of differences in that now, and so we're really trying to help them. The Summer Bridge program, we're now starting to look at our juniors that are going into senior year and doing a summer session with them, getting them on the Common App, getting them logged in, getting that set, because what we have tend to see, and probably everyone is at the high school notices, September starts, October and November come very quickly, and then the stress builds. So we're going to start doing that even earlier. So really, when you think about the college culture, it has dropped 7% for students going to college, especially after COVID. There was a big drop in students going. Pennsylvania is ranked 49th in affordability for colleges. So when you look at the schools that are currently in Pennsylvania and the cost, considering some students go out of state because the cost can end up being cheaper. And 26% of first-generation students can attain a degree compared to 70% of students who have parents or someone in the household that have college degrees. So we look to increase that. So that's a little bit in a nutshell about the program. It is free. We run all on donations, EITC, grants, personal donations, and special events. And that's how we run the organization. And we would be happy to come to Octorara to help with students. Our goal is to support more students as we go in. The way it works really, and we have talked before, Oxford, Jamie Canaday at Oxford, the principal there, he's phenomenal. It works so well at Oxford because he really believes in it. So we really try to make sure the partnership between the school district is strong, and it's something that everyone embraces to make it work really well.
Thank you.
So my commitment is obviously to make Octorara a partner, and I believe in this program too. So I'm excited for the opportunity it presents for our students, and I have every intent to push this as we go forward into next school year and beyond, hopefully, so that our students can obviously reap the benefit of such a program. And I'm excited about it. So I just wanted to share that. I was excited to share it with you, and just thank you to Katie for coming out and sharing it with all of us.
Thank you for initiating. Thank you. Okay, it's time for our informational items. The following are voluntary transfers effective the start of the 26-27 school year. Miss Alyssa Hoffman will transfer from learning support teacher at the middle school to the autism support teacher at the high school. Miss Catherine Painter Gilbertson will transfer from computer science teacher at the OIS to K2 technology and engineering teacher at the PLC. Miss Corrales DeVille Acosta will transfer from kindergarten readiness program teacher to an extended school year program teacher effective June 29th to July 23rd, 2026. The Octorara Homeland Protective Services Academy 26-27 calendar was included in our packet. The following are recommended action items, and they will require a vote this evening. So I'll be asking for a motion in a second and then a vote. Letter A, that the Octorara Board of School Directors accept with regret the resignation of Mr. Cale Hilbolt as Director of Student Services effective August 10th, 2026, hired July 13th, 2020. May I get a motion?
So moved.
Moved in second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Letter A passes. Letter B, that the Octorara Board of School Directors approve Ms. Kelly Bourne as principal at the Octorara Primary Learning Center effective July 1st, 2026, pending completion of employee-related documents required by law and the district. Ms. Bourne's salary will be $149,500. She is replacing Krista Lease, who is retiring. May I get a motion? And a second? And I'm going to leave the discussion part of it to Sean.
Great, yeah. So we're actually approving, hopefully, 2 principals tonight. I just wanted to share, as we approve or consider for approval Kelly Bourne, We completed over the last 3 to 4 months, not one, but 2 processes to identify Kelly as our recommended candidate for the PLC. And I want to thank the team who contributed to that. Obviously, I want to thank Kelly for her dedication and contribution. And I believe after 2 processes, we've identified 2 exemplary candidates to take over leadership at the PLC, and not long from now, the OIS, and lead us into the future. So could not be more excited, could not be more proud of the team in the process we've taken, and really looking forward to next steps.
Anyone else have any discussion? No? Having said that, all those in favor say aye. Opposed? Welcome. Letter C, that the Octorara Board of School Directors approve Mr. Jonathan Blake as principal at the Octorara Intermediate School effective July 1st, 2026, pending completion of employee-related documents required by law and the district. Mr. Blake's salary will be $145,000, replacing Elena Tahal, who is retiring. May I get a motion? It's been moved and second. Is there any discussion? Anything?
I would say ditto as far as
Ditto?
the first one. Again, could not be more excited to bring Jonathan to the district here, to pair him and Kelly together and really make a dynamic team, K to 5. And of course, we know about Elena, so we've got some huge shoes to fill over there at OIS. And Elena was a great member of our team in identifying Jonathan and also Kelly. So I feel like we have her blessing.
Great.
Yeah.
Terrific. All those in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Welcome as well.
I did mention to Kelly and Jonathan that I would give them an opportunity to share a few words if they so chose.
Does it work now?
Yeah.
All right. So Sean told us last minute, and so we prepared only 39 slides tonight for you. But thank you so very much. I open up on behalf of Jonathan and myself. We have been texting each other, emailing each other. We are just so super excited to join the team here and continue to strengthen everything that, oh, they disappeared.
Yeah.
That's magic. But really what the team has already done here. And so we definitely look forward to moving forward with the district and with the families.
Just like to say thank you again, following up on Kelly. She opened us out, or up. I'm going to close this out here. We're truly excited to just learn about the community, begin to form all of those positive relationships with, first and foremost, our students, our staff, their families, and the community as a whole as well. Speaking for Kelly as well, our relationships are going to be grounded in establishing deep trust with all of our stakeholders. We can't wait to get started. I'd call us back in closing here. I was doing a little bit of my research on the district and came across in August, I believe, when Dr. Dukevich was appointed superintendent here. 2 things stood out in 2 quotes that he gave. The first one being, "Together we will do great things." And on the elementary campus, we're absolutely going to make that happen and continue the amazing work that's been going on. The second part is there is no barrier or obstacle that we will not overcome, and we will work tirelessly and effortlessly to make sure our students have the best experience possible. So thank you on behalf of us. We're excited to get to work. We've been texting nonstop and genuinely cannot wait to get in the buildings and working with everyone. Thank you.
Great. Thank you. Moving on, the letter D, that the Octorara Board of School Directors approve Ms. Jennifer Seal as administrator on assignment / special education, grades 6 through 12, and CTE liaison per the attached job description, effective July 1st, 2026, pending completion of employee-related documents required by law and the district. Ms. Seal's salary will be $125,000, and this is a new position. May I have a motion?
So moved. Second.
Moved and second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Letter D passes. Letter E, that the Octorara Board of School Directors approve the addendum with Devapar Consulting for interim administrator services effective May 12th, 2026. Can I get a motion? Moved in second. Is there any discussion? Go ahead. Oh, after I'm done? All right. Okay. All those in favor say aye. Opposed? Letter E passes.
Now I can explain a little bit. So if this position looks like someone made it up, it's true. We did create a very unique position. I think that's very apropos for what we're trying to achieve in Octorara. Ms. Seal has been working with us as an interim supervisor of special ed for most of the school year. It's a rarity that anyone leaves the CCIU to join a school district, but Jen has been interested in doing that, and we're really thrilled to bring her on. I've called Jen a bit of a unicorn because she's not only certified in administration and special education, but also as a CTE director. So she brings with her experience that is going to help us to continue to expand our CTE programming, strengthen those alongside Mr. Patika, while also strengthening our special ed practices across the 612 continuum. The Devapart contract, just for reference, is one where one of the authors, a retired special ed director, is going to be joining us for approximately 2 days a week to help us maintain compliance in the department while we do our rest of our transitioning and restructuring. She was also an author of the recently shared Devapar Special Education Report. So very apropos for our next steps. Just wanted to share some context.
All right. Thank you very much.
I did want to offer Jen the same opportunity if you wanted to share a few words.
Oh.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I just want to say thank you for allowing me to become a permanent part of the Octorara community. I'm excited to work with both the middle school and high school teams to make our IEPs and the education of our students with IEPs better with fidelity checks and getting some continuity across the board. I'm excited to build upon what Mr. Batika is doing. He has really started to grow the CTE program to include the special population students. So we've already been in talks to even increase that more to make our special population students more marketable with more certifications and more opportunities. So I'm excited to bring all of my experience to improve upon the community at Octorara. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. I believe Ms. Hardy has some, yeah. Yeah. Well, welcoming, yeah.
So Ms. Hardy has prepared some swag bags to help you join Octorara properly.
Yeah. You guys have been here a while. If you want to go head home, you're certainly welcome. We won't hold it against you. I promise.
This is the last chance you get.
Yeah, this is the last offer. It's the last offer. So seriously, if you'd like to leave, that's fine. We won't be offended. Yeah, they did. Which takes us to the presentation agenda items for May 18th, regular board meeting next week. Letter A, that the Octorara Board of School Directors-elect Mike Hoffman has agreed to be treasurer again as board treasurer from July 1st, 2026 through June 30th, 2027. No, you're not making a speech, but you still don't get any swag. Letter B, that the Octorara Board of School Directors approve the list of current class of 2026 seniors at the Octorara High School, having been individually considered for graduation by the Octorara Board of School Directors, contingent upon their successful completion of all local and state requirements. C, that the Octorara Board of School Directors approve the resolution for the proposed final general fund budget for the 26-27 school year. D, that the Octorara Board of School Directors approve the contract agreement with the Chester County Intermediate Unit to create a cohesive ELD program at a cost of $7,055. Letter E, that the Octorara Board of School Directors approve the agreement with Conrad Siegel for the GASB 75 valuation and related services. Letter F, that the Octorara Board of School Directors approve the 26-27 renewal quote with frontline education for professional learning services and the applicant tracking at a cost of $21,554.09. Letter G, that the Octorara Board of School Directors approve the 26-27 renewal with PSBA for board and policy maintenance services at a cost of $18,362.31. Letter H, that the Octorara Board of School Directors approve the 26-27 renewal agreement with Central Susquehanna Intermediate Union for annual hosted subscriptions. Letter I, that the Octorara Board of School Directors approve the renewal proposal with the Independence Blue Cross for medical administrative services effective July 1st, 2026 through June 30th, 2029. Letter J, that the Octorara Board of School Directors approve the memorandums of understanding between the Octorara Area School District and the State Police Department in Avondale, the West Fallowfield Police Department, and the Parksburg Police Departments for policies and procedures. Letter K, that the Octorara Board of School Directors approve the district special education plan effective the 3-year plan from 2026 to 2029. Letter L, that the Octorara Board of School Directors approve the agreement with Commonwealth University of Pennsylvania for field study, internship, practicum, and student teaching experiences through June 30th, 2031. Letter M, that the Octorara Board of School Directors approve the unpaid family medical leave for employee A effective May 13th through May 26th, 2026. The following are resignation approvals. Letter N, that the Octorara Board of School Directors accept the resignation of Brittany Howell as Athletic Secretary effective May 8th, 2026. Letter O, that the Octorara Board of School Directors accept the resignation of Ms. Sarah Lazor as Assistant Volleyball Coach at the Octorara High School effective May 6, 2026. Hiring approvals. Letter P, that the Octorara Board of School Directors approve Samantha Cronk as a Social Studies teacher at the Octorara Middle School effective August 11, 2026. Ms. Cronk's salary will be $67,329, which is step 16 to max of the master scale. Ms. Cronk is a current long-term substitute in that position and is replacing David Hefner, who is retiring. Letter Q, that the Octorara Board of School Directors approve the following staff for the extended school year program effective June 29th through July 23rd, 2026, Monday through Thursday for 4 hours per day. Tammy Cooper as a nurse for $30 per hour, Crystal Gertler as a substitute nurse for $30 per hour, Angela Miller as an instructional assistant at $24 per hour, Cheryl Coughlin as an instructional assistant at $24 per hour, Annette Williams as an instructional assistant at $24 per hour, Chelsea Curry, instructional assistant at $24 per hour, and Mariah Sosa, instructional assistant, $24 per hour as well. Ricky Jones is working as an instructional assistant for $20 per hour. Letter R, that the Octorara Board of School Directors approve the following payments for the high school musical production. Nicole Norton as choreographer for $1,750. Jackie Urbis as a vocal coach for $500. Scott Cullen, orchestral musician for $150. Andrew Reynolds, orchestra musician for $350. Joe Lynch, orchestra musician at $350. Amy Flynn, orchestra musician at $350. Brian Wilson, orchestra musician as $350. George Sable, orchestra musician at $350. Heather Donnell, orchestra musician, $300. Juliana Coker, orchestra musician, $450. Katrina Kelly, orchestra musician, $250. Robert Carpensy, orchestra musician, $300. And William Shaw, orchestra musician, $350. Letter S, that the Octorara Board of School Directors approve the following supplemental contract for the 25-26 school year. Ashley Aegis is a mentor for Amy Rossi, 0.8 points at $620 a point for a total of $496. Letter T, that the Octorara Board of School Directors approve the following supplemental contracts for the 26-27 school year. Emily Umble, fall head cheerleading coach, 7 points at $620 a point for a total of $4,340. Emily Umble, winter head cheerleading coach at 7 points at $620 for $4,340. DeAndre Clark, assistant junior high football coach at 4 points, $620 for a total of $2,480. And Robert Smith, Jr., boys assistant varsity soccer coach, 6 points at $620 for $3,720 total. Phew, that's it. Which takes us to the Education Committee report. Mr. Fox.
Thank you. The Education Committee met on April 27th in the OMS Hub. We had a few featured presentations. One was on the Teaching and Learning Collaborative Assessment Philosophy and MAP with Dr. Flojo, Ms. Madison Brady, a high school math teacher, and Ms. Alexis Anderson, a 5th grade teacher. They covered off on formative, summative, diagnostic and benchmark assessments and classroom diagnostic tools. Also, the importance of parent transparency in the assessment approach that the school district takes. And at the high school, an attempt to rationalize assessments in order to be able to focus on just a couple key ones rather than trying to use all of them. Another topic was Dr. Schultz gave us a presentation on understanding classroom diagnostic tools. Underneath classroom diagnostic tools, we also had Dr. Perry show examples of the middle school student conferencing forms. Under curriculum updates, we heard that band is going to expand into the 4th grade. Band exploration will be available in the 3rd grade. Theater may be offered in the high school. It's being explored. There is a teacher available, and we're gauging student interest. And we also covered off under curriculum on additional resources that are being available within various subjects: social studies, science, math, reading, and tech and engineering. Those resources are available across various grade levels. Would you like me to do the the legislative update too? Is that
Next week.
I'm not going to be here. Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. Just real quick, I sent an email to the board with an update on the Chester County School Board Legislative Council. We met on April 22nd. May 4th, I sent an email to the group on a couple of the highlights out of that. Senate Bill 791, it might get through this session. It creates a 5th class of school districts within the state for multi-county school districts. That would be us. The House version had constitutionality problems, and it may be amended to adopt the same language as the Senate. That's one that folks do expect that will come through. Also, House Bill 41, it was intended to create a playoff system for boundary schools and non-boundary schools. The language, though, has been changed that PIAA may create a separate playoff system after they do a public study. With that word may, PIAA very likely will not create a separate playoff system because there's no mandate. Public comment, though, is going to be required within that study, and so that is good. That will be an opportunity for the public to voice what they want. On cell phone legislation, I got an update from Representative Lawrence Friday, over the weekend, for Senate Bill 1014 and House Bill 1814. From feedback that we gave and Avon Grove School District, Representative Lawrence did offer amendments to the House bill that would allow schools greater flexibility and to be able to invoice the Pennsylvania Department of Ed for costs of implementing a cell phone policy. Unfortunately, his amendments were voted down. The bill is likely going to come up and when they return to session, and that's one that there's a lot of energy around. We should expect that that's going to come through. That's it. Thanks.
Perfect. Thank you. Facilities Committee report. We met earlier this evening here. We discussed the PLC playground. They're looking at options with King Swings. The initial replacement costs were listed at $116,900. They're going to tweak some things regarding some mulching options. So we'll have a better idea on that final cost later. And we were asked to consider lap millwright, a welding room ventilation proposal for $1,500. Barber Plumbing and Heating for a repair and repipe a main drain at the high school. It's in the tech wing. It's a 70-year-old duct iron pipe that needs to be replaced for a cost of $4,500. Chambers Flooring will will reseal the middle school and the high school gym floors for $13,300. And EI Associates was here, and we saw the conceptual design package for the middle school renovations at a price not to exceed $40,000. We also had got some information regarding the painting of the annex, which portion of that will get turned into the central office, and that'll be done later for a cost of $16,500, which was the gist of our Facilities Committee report. Are there any other items or concerns from anyone? No? Opens up the visitors' comments for anything in general. Robin, you have anything? No? You're good? Okay. Administrator comments and announcements.
All right, just a couple of it is concert season, so we are kicking things off on Tuesday evening, tomorrow evening, with our 3rd and 4th grade chorus concert, starting at 6 o'clock. And then again on Thursday evening with our 5th grade chorus concert. Our 5th grade chorus students are headed to Hershey Park on Friday to perform, and then to spend the day at the park. We kind of had to twist their arms, but they agreed. So we're looking forward to all of that. Next week, we do have our band concert, next Tuesday, I believe, the 5th through 8th grade band concert, so much to look forward to. And I just wanted to take a minute to express my gratitude to the entire Octorara community. I have been so blessed to spend the bulk of my career here at Octorara. And to have so many opportunities to learn and grow and foster just so many wonderful relationships with students, staff, teachers, and Octorara families. It truly has been one of the greatest blessings of my life, so I thank you all very much. And I'm so excited to see the growth that's coming for Octorara. I think the future is really bright, and I'm going to be very excited to watch you all grow. So I wish Octorara and the community all the best, and thank you. It's been a pleasure and an honor.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, good evening, everyone. Tough to follow that. Just real quick, at the middle school, we've had a very successful PSSA season. The students worked really hard on that, had a great environment here at the school for testing on those days. Keystone testing begins tomorrow. Those are the students that are taking, in the middle school, taking Algebra 1. And then for the high school, John, I imagine will mention that. As Elena mentioned, we have concert season now, and so we share the 5 through 8 band next week, but this Thursday night is our choral concert here at Octorara. We're excited for that. Coming into the school year, as we formed the middle school, one of the common desires was to have trips, to have opportunities for the students in these 3 cohorts in the middle school, of opportunities to experience other areas. And we're happy to say that we've had a number of trips this year for each of the grades. The culminating trip coming up for our 8th grade students to Washington, D.C. is coming up at the end of the month. And then we have and I'm very appreciative of our families and our parents who have put on for this coming Friday the 8th grade formal. So that's an exciting dance for the students, completely organized and planned by our parents, and should be a really nice night. So that's this Friday night. Thank you.
So as Dr. Perry mentioned, at the high school, we began Keystone testing today, so it was a very good start for us. We are also in the midst of AP testing as well, so it is that time of year for testing. We also have a number of events that are coming up this week. I think I have something just about every night for the next few weeks, but this week, I'm excited to say that our academic honors dinner, some of you have RSVP'd and will be attending, where we recognize the top 4 in each class, and I also have the privilege of introducing the new class salutatorian and valedictorian. We'll be doing that on Wednesday evening, and then on Friday we have our Octorara Mini-thon as we support Penn State and not Penn State, what's it called, Diamond?
Blue-
Four Diamonds. Thank you, Four Diamonds. I knew that you would help me out. Four Diamonds, same charity for which Penn State does their thon. So excited to do that as well. I also just wanted to say I got the opportunity to go to the Lancaster-Lebanon League Championships for track and field on Saturday. And besides getting absolutely drenched with rain, it was really awesome to see our students compete. There are so many students to recognize, but just some highlights that I wanted to share. That we had medals. First place, Basin Pro-K in the javelin. It wasn't even his best throw, but he has broken the school record about 7 times, I think. And he is on his way to Division I track, so that's exciting. Hector Vergara won the 200, 400, and long jump at leagues. Second place, Hector also was in the 100. As was Sawyer Grocki in the 110 hurdles. Third place, Michael Blankenhagen in the long jump. Fifth place, Michael Blankenhagen in the 200. Sixth place, Gianna Falgiator in 400. She's broken school records twice, I think. The girls 4x400, which was Sarah Lynn Smucker, Maggie Hollab, Abby Toole, Gianna Falgiator. Seventh place, I'm only going to eighth, just so everyone knows. Seventh place, boys 4x8, Danny Bishop, Trace Hostetter, Thomas Donovan, Cannon Walters. Boys 4x400, Danny Bishop, Cannon Walters, Jordan Hayes, Michael Blankenhagen. And then eighth place, Maggie Hollab in the 800, Emily Mulholland in javelin, and the boys 4x100 with Emery Baldwin, Sawyer Grocki, Braden Mastropolito, and Michael Blankenhagen. So as you can tell, we were on Saturday, Friday and Saturday, and just so proud of these programs. We won sectionals for the girls won for the first time in school history. The boys won again. So we represent in track and field. So I'm just excited to share that with you guys. And then lastly, I won't say much more than a thank you because I'd probably get really too emotional, but I've worked with Elena Tahal my entire career at Octorara. She's like the left hand. If the person I call, she was my assistant principal at one time, believe it or not. We have done everything in administration and worked in the same buildings, made the same phone calls, complained about the same bosses. We never do that, Sean. Just kidding. Just a pleasure, and I thank her for her mentorship and her friendship, and just that's all I'll say for now. So congrats on your retirement.
Thank you. Nothing? You're seriously going to be quiet for once? Wow, okay. All right, yeah. All right, terrific. Sean, anything? You don't? Okay. Oh, you do now. Go ahead.
I was just going to reiterate some of the great things that have been saying about Elena and just share the big shoes that she's leaving behind and just thank her for everything. In my short time working here, it's clear why Elena is so well loved and the great work she's done over decades of time. So going to miss working with her, and we'll find a way to get her back here in some respect.
Yeah.
Help out. Congratulations.
All right, takes us to board comments. Does anyone on the board have anything they wish to say?
One quick announcement to pass along from the middle school students. The 2 PE teachers, Mr. Soltez and Ms. Trainer, are having a battle of the PE teachers. So students in middle school can bring items that will be donated to the Brave Haven, which is a great cause to support here for our Octorara families. So it's hygiene, household, and food items. Send in with your student. I don't know that this was on the flyers, but the teacher who got the least donations will be pied by the student from the grade that brought the most donations, I think on field day. So the stakes are high.
Oh,
Have your students send something in to support Brave Haven. Thanks.
that's funny. Wow. Terrific. Anyone else? All right. I'd just like to say, while I've been part of this board long enough to have worked with all of the retirees for many, many years, it's truly sad when that much institutional knowledge and legacy, leaves our institution. But the energy is palpable what's going forward. I'm really excited to see your vision for our district come into fruition as we go down this road. So thank you to all for the past and the sure to be bright future. With that, I will announce the following meetings before we adjourn. Obviously, the Facilities Committee meeting was this evening at 6 o'clock. We will be having an executive session afterwards in room 102 down the hall. The Policy Finance Committee meeting will be Monday, May 18th here at the middle school at 6 o'clock. And the next regularly scheduled board meeting will be Monday, 18th at 7 o'clock here at the multipurpose room. For adjournment, can I get a motion for adjournment? A second? All those in favor? Aye.